Okay, welcome. I'm happy to have you here tonight. My name is Danielle Low. I am founder and operator of I Am Eve events. Now, I've also done some Soapbox Union with my co-host Cami, and I've also done People in the Neighborhood, but this is a new show. You see, I also am a blogger, and I thought I would give you a face and a voice to some of my blog posts. So tonight, I want to thank you for tuning in, and I want you to just enjoy yourselves. If you'd like a full text, you can see it at iameve.com, and you can see my blogs and the pictures and what else. But I'd like to invite you a little bit into my world. So thanks for joining me, and here we go. I thought I would start with my latest blog post, which has a question, and it says, "What do you want? Tell me what you really, really want." Now, who's singing in their head? I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna really, really, really zig a zig a zig. Ah. Yeah. Do you ever feel like zig a zig as is exactly what you want? Something really amazing that 5 fabulous ladies are singing about, but you can't really define it. Can you define what you really want? Now, this is an excerpt from my 12-year-old journal. Here it is. And in it, I am also telling you what I really, really want. And I remember writing this, tears streaming down my face. This is a throwback to 1991. And it says, "This is a promise." And I wrote the whole thing in caps. "When I grow up, I'm going to be someone. I'm going to leave a mark on this world, whether it be good or bad." And then I put, hopefully good. Anyway, sounds exactly like a junior high girl. But I still remember writing that entry and all the feelings that came with it, and the tears streamed down. And the entry right before laments the fact that I felt so abandoned by my friends, and I was hurt by all the gossip that was passed around and all the gossip I passed around about others. And I wanted to disappear and be noticed, literally all in the same instant. Here's another quote. Here's another quote. "I want everyone to leave me alone. They kind of already are, and I hate it." Doesn't that sum up junior high? What I want and what happens. That is literally junior high in a nutshell. But I was so insecure, unhappy, and undecided. Even in my 12-year-old lament, I couldn't decide if I wanted to leave a good mark or a bad mark. The only thing I could decide was that it was going to be a mark. But I have decided now, and I'm happy to announce that I have decided what I really want. And I wanted to create a space where women could come together, share stories, and connect. And I wanted to create a women's conference. Yes. And one of the most important lessons that I learned in organizing this women's conference was just decide. So simple, and I even put it in caps, just decide. And one day, I had dedicated 24 hours. So I had sacrificed food, time, and other plans, and I just wanted to consecrate this time to more awareness. And I was doing that so I'd be on track to provide a quality experience for every guest. I prayed to have inspiration to fulfill this task. And that night, as I went to bed, I was woken up by the words, "Just decide." And it was some insane hour. And because I know I'm not great at making decisions, I decided to go back to sleep because I knew I wouldn't forget it. A second time, I was woken up with "just decide." And it was still quite an insane hour, so I didn't record it and just went back to bed. The third time, I woke up startled, sat straight up, and I jolted out of bed, and I decided to write the message, and my alarm would ring in 15, 20 minutes, and so I just got up and started the day before my alarm and took note. Now, this message was key in helping me complete a successful women's conference. When I felt my mind being distracted in an unnecessary detail, I would think, just decide. I had to trust myself that I could make the right choice or that I could learn from the opportunity. I went from someone who felt anxious choosing a chocolate bar at a grocery store or at a gas station, because honestly, there is way too many choices, to someone who designed my own company logo, the event title, speaker order, menu, venue, playlist of songs at the dance, and all the thousands of other decisions that accompany this event. A Princeton philosopher, Walter Kaufman, he describes a condition called decidophobia. I am not making this up. It is a true phobia, and it's the fear of making a wrong decision. Decidophobia, who knew? Do you suffer from this condition? With every opportunity before you, can you decide what you really want? Sometimes I was overwhelmed by making the wrong choice, that I made no choice, which is a choice, but a very passive one. I wanted to write my story, but every time there was a scary problem, I'd hand over the pencil to anyone else to make that choice. The first step in change is to realize that there is a problem. And I knew the problem, I couldn't decide. So I started tonight asking you a question. Do you know what you want? Zig-a-zig-ahs? When you can clearly answer that question, you can make a plan to create the want, the dream, and turn it into your reality. So how do you know if it's something you really, really want? I'll tell you, it's a really clear answer. It's really easy. The answer is work. If you're not working towards your desire, you need to go back and check that your desire is truly what you want. You will not work for a zig-a-zig-ah. But if your dreams are clear, you will find ways to overcome fear and procrastination. So let me say that again. If your dreams are clear, you will find ways to overcome the fear and the procrastination. So part of the work involved is in creating your dreams takes a great plan. And the best advice I can give you is, number one, prepare, prepare, and prepare. Number two, just decide. Apparently I had to wake up 3 times to get that. And the third thing is to know that anything worth doing is going to be hard work. And number 4, know that everything will fall apart. Yes, it will. I mean, I anticipated problems. I welcomed them as teachers to help me become more creative problem solver, or viewed them as getting the right people to participate. My first partner abandoned the whole project, but I decided keep going. I found new people to help me realize this dream. When my vision board facilitator backed out days before the conference, I found someone else. When I wasn't sure how I would fund this conference, I just kept going. When I felt overwhelmed or inadequate, I would cry. Many tears. But then I'd wipe them off and think, who can I recruit to assist me in this project? And I met and found some wonderful people. I will offer you this suggestion. If all you want is zig a zig ahs, you are probably well on your way to accomplishing them. But if you can define your dream, define your wants, work, make a plan, and find the right people, knowing that obstacles will be thrown at you in every stage, then I promise your dream can become a reality. You can have everything you really, really want. So thank you. If you're just joining me, my name's Danielle Low, and I am owner-operator of I Am Eve Events, and I'm here at Jess FM, and I just thought I'd give a face and a voice to some of my blog posts, because some people that know me and have heard me speak, they can hear my voice as they read the words on my posts. But for those of you that don't know me and just come across this page, I thought this might be a good opportunity to let you know the tone and the feeling behind some of those words. So I just finished Tell Me What You Want, what you really, really want. And now I'm going to move to one of my very, very first posts. Actually, it was the very first post. And it's called One Day at a Time. Now, in the post, you'll see a picture of me in a red beret. And I had bought, well, I'll let the story tell. But in tonight's, I didn't want to do the red beret. I thought I'd throw on a pink beret. So this one's called One Day at a Time. I've owned this red beret since 2006. And on Tuesday, I put it on and wore it around. Why did it take me so long to finally wear it? Well, every time I placed the hat on my head, I had this inner struggle. It sounded something like this. Well, don't you think you're all flashy in your red beret? And it's a little much for Lethbridge. Who are you trying to impress? You don't really have the face to pull it off. Now, no one ever said these things to me, nor would I ever say them to anyone else. Yet they were a real dialogue in my head. But Tuesday, I decided to own the red beret. Besides, they actually accented adorably my red suede shoes. And I did post an outfit of the red beret and the red suede shoes right on my blog post. I decided that I'm in charge of my thoughts. They don't get to dictate if I wear a red beret. I do. And so I did. It was honestly without incident. Except, truth be told, the red beret is wool and a little itchy. But it was a silent victory. I am the master of myself. I have created I Am Eve for women. All of us need to connect, to know we are normal, to realize we have more in common than we think. And I have learned from the authentic, vulnerable, and compassionate women in my life. And I wanted to create a community of like-minded females. I am the mother of 2 girls, and I want them to know they are beautiful, powerful, and embrace every opportunity afforded to them. I wanted everyone to realize the control they possess to choose happiness every day. I was stuck too long being a victim of life's experiences. As I've read, studied, counseled with professionals and friends, I've learned this truth. And I'm going to borrow the words from Viktor Frankl. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing. The last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. I'm going to say that again. The last of everything can be taken from a man but one thing. The last of the human freedoms. And that is to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. As a survivor of the Holocaust, I can hear his testimony in the life he led. Life doesn't always serve us lemonade and cookies, but I've realized I live in far more abundance than I ever imagined. Living gratefully for all the beauties of life, however they manifest themselves, has added richness and joy that I must share with others. Today, my tiny victory was a red beret. On the grand scale of life, insignificant. But this Tuesday, I'm launching my first ever women's conference, Believe in Love. I won't tell you what the inner dialogue sounded like. But you can imagine. I quietly silence those doubting voices, and when they get too loud, I meditate, I pray, I seek peace in controlling that battlefield. I celebrate all the battles, big and small, and look forward to adding to my ranks. Come, join with me. Join the community of I Am Eve. Empower yourself evermore. Be strong and immovable like the mountains, constant and firm through all storms of life. Choose your happily ever after, and choose to share the process with those around you, that they may enjoy life too. So thanks if you're just joining me. I'm Danielle Low here at Jess FM, and I've decided to put a face and a voice to some of the posts that I've written on my I Am Eve blog. I Am Eve is a community that I created that the I, E-Y-E, stands for Empower Yourself Evermore. And I am is just a powerful statement. And Eve for women in general, but more for the dawn of something exciting and wonderful happening. And that first conference is over, and it was a great success. And I'm excited to continue. We're having our second and third annual conference coming later in October and then in next February. And I'm excited to continue this journey forward. So the last one that I'm going to read to you today, before I sign out, is one that is called I'm actually not sure what I titled this one. Okay. But it's called I'd rather attempt to do something great and fail than try to do nothing and succeed. And Robert H. Schuller had that as his quote. Last year, I entered a speech competition. You see, I'm a member of Toastmasters, and they have a speech competition, and I thought, why not? I'm not competitive. Competition is not my forte. But I wanted to show myself and my daughters that hard things are possible to be done. I naively thought I could write a speech, rehearse it, memorize it in just a few weeks. It took me almost that long to select a topic. Finally, I did write it. I wrote 54 different versions. My speech won first prize at the club level. I was the only competitor at the club level and won first place by default. At the next level, I placed second, and that allowed me to continue on in this competition. But before I competed on the third level, I decided to create new criteria for winning. I was not placing any value on the competition, and I decided that if I could show up and sincerely celebrate every competitor and learn something from them, I would win. The next level, I was eliminated. I didn't even place. And immediately I felt that flood of defeat. But I reviewed my criteria for winning and reminded myself it was a win. My only regret was that I was not able to perform that exact speech as I had written it. But I showed up. I tried something hard, failed, and learned. This time I'm trying something hard. I wanted to create an event for women. to find 100 women who believe in my ability to provide them with an amazing opportunity. A place where they could educate themselves, where they could do their own hard things, cheer each other on, and understand how awesome we are. Yes, it is a hard thing, but unlike a speech competition, there is no win or lose. I cannot fail. This is not a competition, but a place of community. I'd like to thank you for your time this evening and really appreciate you taking this time to listen to me. And if you want to check out more things that I have to say, you're welcome to check out my blog, iameve.com. And I'd like to thank Jess FM for hosting me tonight and for allowing me this time and space to be able to share some of my blog posts with you. Thank you so much and have a great, great, wonderful day. Bye-bye.